Hello, sister. Dumevi, how are you? I have good news.
Yes.
What happened?
Daniel and I, visas came through.
Really?
Yes, we are moving to Australia.
No, everything's fine.
Amanda and Dumebi grew up in a modest Christian home where Sunday mornings were never negotiable. Their father, Mr. Chike, was a quiet but disciplined man. Their mother, Mama Grace, was the kind of woman who could pray for an hour before breakfast and still remind her daughters to make their beds afterwards. The girls had been taught the same things: respect yourself, fear God, choose your friends carefully, not allow peer pressure to determine your decisions, and most importantly, never trade your future for temporary pleasure. Amanda was the outspoken one. She was beautiful, confident, and adventurous. Dumebi was quieter. She wasn't timid, but she thought carefully before making any decisions. The sisters were close, but their personalities were very different. Then came the day they both received university admission. The whole house celebrated. Their parents prayed over them. Their mother held their hands and said, "My daughters, university will expose you to many things. Some of them will look attractive. Some will make you feel like your parents are old-fashioned. But remember who you are." Amanda smiled. "Don't worry, Mama. We know." Dumebi nodded. "We won't disappoint you." Their father added, "Freedom is not doing whatever you want. Freedom is having the power to say no when everybody else is saying yes." At the time, Amanda nodded along, but she didn't understand what he meant. The first few weeks on campus were exciting. New friends, new clothes, new independence, no parents checking what time they came home, no mother asking where they were going, no father asking who their friends were. For Amanda, it felt like she had finally been released. She met a group of girls who quickly became her friends. They went to parties, they dressed differently, they spoke differently. They laughed whenever Amanda mentioned something her parents had taught her. One evening, one of the girls said, "Amanda, you are in the university now. You're not a little girl anymore." Amanda laughed. "I know." "Then stop behaving like one." That sentence stayed with her. Slowly, Amanda began changing. The Bible she brought from home remained in her drawer. The church services she once attended became occasional, then rare, then almost non-existent. When Dumebi reminded her about their parents' instructions, Amanda would roll her eyes. "Dumebi, please. We are adults now." Dumebi looked at her sister. Being an adult doesn't mean everything our parents taught us suddenly became wrong. Amanda laughed. "Enjoy your life, Dumebi. Good girl no dey pay anybody." Dumebi smiled. "Maybe, but everybody eventually pays for their choices." Amanda shook her head. She thought her sister was simply being too serious. Dumebi wasn't immune to campus pressure. That was what made her journey different. She struggled. There were nights she cried because she felt left out. Her roommates would go out while she stayed behind. Sometimes they mocked her. "Dumebi, you want to remain a virgin till graduation? Are you the only Christian girl on this campus? Relax, you are young, only once." Sometimes their words got to her. There were days Dumebi wondered if she was missing out. One particular evening, She sat alone in her room, staring at her phone. She had just seen pictures of her friends at party. She had just seen pictures of her friends at a party. Everyone looked happy. Everyone looked beautiful. Everyone seemed to be enjoying their life. She whispered, God, am I doing the right thing? Then she remembered her father's words. Freedom is having the power to say no when everybody else is saying yes. Dumbi wiped her tears. She wasn't perfect. She had doubts. She had temptations. But she made a decision. I may not understand what you are doing, God, but I will trust you. And that became her quiet strength. By their final year, the difference between the sisters was obvious. Amanda had become popular. She knew everybody. She attended parties. She had relationships that came and went. She had learned how to survive campus life by her own rules. Dumibi, on the other hand, had become more focused. She wasn't the most popular girl, but lecturers knew her. Her classmates respected her. She studied hard. She prayed. And whenever she had to choose between what was convenient and what she believed was right, she chose what she believed was right. Then graduation came. Their parents traveled to attend the ceremony. Mama Grace cried when Dumebi walked across the stage. Their father couldn't stop smiling. Dumebi had graduated with excellent results. She had truly come out in flying colors. Amanda also graduated, but barely. Her parents were still proud of her. They didn't compare the sisters. They simply hugged both daughters. But Amanda noticed the difference. And for the first time, something inside her became uncomfortable. Still, she pushed it away. She told herself, everybody's journey is different. And she was right. She just didn't realize how different theirs would be. After graduation, Amanda seemed to be ahead again. She met Shay. He was charming, ambitious, and confident. Their relationship moved quickly. Within a short time, Shay proposed. Amanda was overjoyed. When Dumebi congratulated her, Amanda laughed. See, you are still waiting for your perfect Christian man. Me, I don't have time. Dumebi smiled. I'm happy for you, Amanda. Amanda hugged her. You will understand one day. A few months later, Amanda got married. Her wedding was beautiful. Pictures flooded social media. Amanda looked stunning. She was happy. And during the reception, someone jokingly asked her how she managed to marry before her elder sister. Amanda laughed. Good girl no dey pay anybody. Everyone laughed. Dumebi smiled too, but deep inside, she prayed, God, whenever you bring the man for me, please let him be the man you have prepared for me. She didn't know that her prayer would take 3 years. 3 years passed. Amanda was already married. Dumebi was still single. People began to ask questions. Aren't you dating? When are you getting married? Your younger sister is married already. Some people even suggested that Dumebi was being too selective. But she refused to panic. There were many times she wondered if God had forgotten her. There were nights she cried. There were moments when she almost considered lowering her standards just so she wouldn't be alone. But every time she was tempted to rush, she remembered one thing. She didn't want to marry simply because everyone else was married. She wanted a marriage she could pray for and still recognize as an answer. So she waited and she prayed for 3 years. Then she met Daniel. He wasn't perfect, but he loved God. He respected her. He respected her convictions. He had a clear vision for his life. And most importantly, Dumebi didn't have to become somebody else to be loved by him. When Daniel proposed, Dumebi cried. Not because she had finally gotten married, but because she remembered all the nights she had prayed when nobody knew she was struggling. The waiting had not been wasted. Meanwhile, Amanda's marriage wasn't as perfect as social media suggested. At first, she was loving, but gradually his behavior changed. He became controlling. He questioned every move of Amanda. He wanted to know who she spoke to. He was jealous of her male friends, and arguments became frequent. Amanda tried to manage everything. She didn't want people to know. After all, she had been the one who bragged about getting married first. She didn't want anyone asking questions, so she kept smiling. She kept posting pictures. She kept telling people we are fine. But behind closed doors, she was exhausted. And then Shei's behavior became worse. He began spending more time away from home. He started coming home late. He became secretive with his phone. Amanda began noticing things she couldn't explain. She confronted him. Shei, what's going on? Nothing. Then why have you changed? I said nothing is going on. The conversation would end there. Amanda began living in anxiety. She has once laughed at Dumebi for waiting. Now she was the one waiting. Waiting for Shei to change. Waiting for peace. Waiting for the next argument to end. Waiting for the man she married to become the man she thought she married. One Saturday afternoon, Amanda's phone rang. It was Dumebi. Hello, sister. Amanda smiled. Dumebi, how are you? I have good news. Amanda sat up. What happened? Daniel and I visas came through. Amanda screamed. Really? Yes. Then Dumebi added, we are moving to Australia. Amanda went quiet. Australia? Her sister was moving abroad with the husband she had prayed for. Amanda looked around her house. Everything suddenly felt quiet. She remembered the university days. She remembered teasing Dumebi. She remembered saying, good girl no dey pay anybody. And for the first time, Amanda wondered if she had misunderstood what paying meant. Because Dumebi had waited, and now she was reaping. At the airport, Amanda hugged her sister tightly. Take care of yourself, Amanda whispered. Dumebi smiled. You too. Amanda couldn't hold back her tears. I'm proud of you. Dumebi hugged her again. God's timing is different from ours. Amanda nodded. She knew. She knew more than she wanted to admit. As Dumebi and Daniel walked the departure gate, Amanda stood watching them. Her sister had not arrived at that moment overnight. She had spent years preparing for it. 3 years of waiting, 3 years of praying, 3 years of being told she was behind. And now she was boarding a plane to begin a new chapter with the man she had prayed for. Months later, Dumebi called Amanda from Australia. She looked happy, not because everything was perfect, but because she had peace. Amanda smiled at the screen. You look good. Dumebi laughed. So do you. Amanda looked away. Her life was very different. She was still in Nigeria trying to hold her marriage together, trying to keep Shei's pants up, while he seemed determined to let them fall, trying to save a marriage she had once been so proud of. And somewhere along the line, she finally understood something. She had spent years trying to outrun the values she was taught. She thought Dumebi was wasting time. She thought waiting was weakness. She thought obedience meant missing out. But life had taught her something her parents' lectures never could. You can outrun advice. You can outrun people. You can even outrun your mistakes for a while. But you cannot outrun the consequences of your choices. And you cannot outrun a person who waits on God. Though maybe hadn't been lucky, she had been patient. She hadn't been perfect. She had simply refused to let pressure make her abandon what she believed. Amanda's story was not over either. She still had choices to make. She could continue pretending everything was fine, or she could finally stop running, stop comparing, stop pretending, and begin rebuilding her life one honest decision at a time. Because the greatest lesson wasn't that Dumebi got married. It wasn't that she moved to Australia. It wasn't even that she found the husband she had prayed for. The lesson was this: never let someone else's timeline make you abandon your own values. Some people will appear ahead of you. Some will laugh at your waiting. Some will tell you that you are wasting your youth. But if you are walking with God, don't allow somebody else's speed to make you abandon your direction. Because sometimes the person everyone thinks is behind is simply being prepared for something they cannot yet see. And when the time comes, they won't need to chase what belongs to them. It will find them. So don't be discouraged because your story is taking longer than somebody else's. Don't compromise because everyone around you seems to be moving faster. Don't make permanent decisions because of temporary pressure. Wait, pray, prepare, and trust God, because you cannot outrun a person who waits on God. And perhaps you don't need to outrun anyone at all. You only need to make sure you are walking in the direction God is leading you. And this is the end of this story. Did you learn something? Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Share this video to as many people you think will learn from this story. This is not a goodbye. I will see you on the next one. It is a bye for now.